Alright, real quick, we're doing devlog number 8. I mean, not devlog number 8, number 10. And we have far less progress this time. The game is progressing a little bit slower, where I'm going back. After releasing the first public beta, I've had to do a lot of bug fixes. So progress has started to move slower now. And it's probably gonna be like that for another day or two, where I just released another new version. Check the description. And this new version added some new content, which there's going to be bugs associated with, and I'm gonna have to fix those bugs very shortly. So, yeah. After I get all the bugs done for the new version, I'll be basically caught up with all bugs that are important to fix, not like minor graphical things, which will get fixed at some point, but want to get as much main progress done as possible before I get to that point. But there was some big content added in the previous public version, like for example, a 4th playable character. That was added today. I'm going to real quick show you something about Zamba though. If we go into the Grove and I get hit a few times, oh yeah, I decrease the rate at which the Zavuki, these guys here, attack. They attack way slower now, just because they're the first enemy type. I want to give the player a basic understanding of how the game works before they get completely destroyed. Because the game is a little unbalanced right now, and I'm going to have to fix that. Like, I might make it where the player can't take damage while attacking, but I probably won't do that. The reason I'm showing Zamba, I'll show off in a second in an environment where I can test it appropriately. Yeah, here's the screen. If I go up here and camp in front of this guy, and I block, you'll see my health bar is steadily refilling. That's because Zamba's block now heals. It doesn't heal much, it heals roughly 1 health a second, and since Zamba's base health is 210, that's a lot. It's going to take a while to refill all the way, but it's a thing it does. So that's neat. It's not that useful, but it gives you a reason to use the block. Alright, now we're going to reset and actually show you the thing you came here for. The new playable character. This here is Ghostface, the slowest of the playable characters. Less health than Monty, but more health than Zamba. And overall the DPS character. You can see there's her idle animation. I'm going to go off and show off the moves in a controlled environment here. You got the slap move, which will stagger, knock any enemy up into the air. Even Regulus. Doesn't knock other bosses into the air, of course. Then we got the the broken move of the 3. Yep, the slide. That move is kind of busted. It staggers enemies, doesn't knock them into the air. And you have the 3rd move, the Ice Slam. Now I'm going to go back into stage 1 and show you why it's called the Ice Slam. So it freezes enemies in a pile of snow. And they're going to be stuck like that for a few seconds, and unlike when they're staggered, you can hit them while they're in the snow. It'll break them out, but you can hit them while they're in the snow. It does not work if they have iframes, yeah. But you can hit them if they're in the snow. And now we're going to reset and show you guys the progress on stage 3. Now, the reason Ghostface slide goes as far as it does is for mobility reasons. Ghostface is the slowest character and needs the mobility from the slide move. Now, the slide move cannot be stopped once it's started. You cannot stop it once it's started. However, if you are pressing a direction, it can glitch it the frick out. Like you could make the slide stop a little bit if you press the opposite direction from where you're going. So I'm going to have to fix that a little bit so the slide is kind of set in stone. Let's take a look at the progress of stage 3. This is the Taken City. I forgot to read the description. But basically the description states that this is an abandoned city that the enemies have taken over. Here's a new enemy type. We've got the Zombigale. They're kind of boring. They do a swingy. If you get too close, they'll do an axe swingy, which will stagger you. Like that. But they'll left open for you to slap the frick out of them. These guys are kind of lame, in all honesty. And yes, they do snowman. Ghostface just kind of wrecks them. And that's the last part of stage 3 I've got done at the moment. The rest is just graphical stuff. I don't have any other enemies or anything. Here's where the mid-boss is going to take place. And that's where the screen stops scrolling because I have to code another new enemy type, then the mid-boss, and then I can keep going further and then redraw the next sprites and then finish the stage. The stage is about 10% done, probably. That's progress of devlog number 10. It's a little sparse this time, but whatever.